What's up, guys? It's Japa Rico here, live, broadcasting live from Hong Kong, and let's start with our analysis for tonight. We're going to talk about the Forex market. Right now, it's 9:20 in the evening on Wednesday, August 12th, and let's start. Let's get started. Let me change the screen to the calendar. Let me see. Okay, guys. So here, the first thing that I would like to talk about is the calendar for this week. We don't have major changes, like nothing, like not many red news going on. We had today. We just had these an hour ago, and it was about the inflation rate of the U.S. Core inflation rate and inflation rate. Okay, so these two pieces of news they came out together, and it was a little bit more than what was expected. The actual was 1.6%. The forecast was 1.1%. Here, about the inflation rate, it was 1%, and the forecast was 0.8. So we didn't have drastic changes about the inflation rate of the US. Another thing that's going on will be tomorrow. So tomorrow there are two pieces of news, one for Australia, another one for Germany. And this may affect, it's red news on the Australia dollar that may affect the Australian dollar and unemployment rate. Okay, so this will affect the Australian dollar possibly. So we have two pieces of news that they're, well, actually they're the same things, the employment change and the unemployment change. So they go together. Okay, the forecast here you have in percentage and you have in numbers. So for a case, the forecast 7.8%, okay, in percentage. Uh, the previous number was 7.4 and 210. Uh, so you see the previous number was 210,000 jobs, okay? The forecast here is a little bit pessimistic because it's like just 40K. So that's going to change. Well, let's see what's going to happen, okay? So Australian dollar possibly. Let's take a look at Australian dollar right now. Let's see how it's doing. So let's see the old USD, okay? And here let's change to the daily chart. Let's get rid of the stop ATR, okay? So just by analyzing using, oh, I was wrong about this. So I thought, guys, that probably would go down again. I was wrong. So now it's on a bullish trend so far. Let me get rid of this, okay? And so it's on a bullish trend. And if this goes down, okay, so if we have bad news about the employment change, maybe this, yeah, this is very tricky. It may go down all the way back to the dragon, okay? So it depends on how this piece of news is going to be released. So I think if the numbers are bad, maybe affect the Australian dollar in a bad way. Maybe it will go down because, okay, so this is Australian dollar and US dollar pair. Uh, or it may not have a major effect. Okay, so far we are here on the hourly chart. You can see that we are on this bearish trend. Let me see. Okay, so far we are here. Okay, and you see that there was a huge green candle that went all the way back to the dragon. Here we are testing the 200 EMA. Okay, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So far we are on this bearish trend on the so far we are like on this bearish trend on the hourly chart, okay? And it hasn't broken yet the dragon here, okay? Which is also the 200 EMA. Okay, so going back to the, let me take a look at the calendar once again. So let's go back to the calendar. This was about the Australian dollar. Here I have the Germany inflation rate. This may affect the DAX. Okay. And tomorrow we have, so tomorrow we have employment change, inflation, yes. So for the next 7 days, guys, we have to pay attention at on August the 14th, okay? So we have a lot of red news going on. We have on the euro area, so we have this growth rate, this GDP growth rate for the euro zone is going to affect a lot, right? So we have the growth rate. The forecast is a contraction of minus 12%, okay? So, and the previous was minus 3. So, yeah, probably something bad is going to come out here. So, this is what we are expecting to be released on August the 14th. Like now it's August 12th, so the day after tomorrow, guys. Okay, so we have to pay attention to this. So possibly this is going to affect the euro pairs, okay, in a bad way. And let's see how it goes, okay. US dollar, we have another red news about the US dollar, retail sales, MOM, okay, Michigan Consumer Sentiment Bureau. Okay, so this may also affect the US dollar, okay. Retail sales usually affects the US dollar, okay. On August 17th, we have the GDP for the Japanese yen. This may affect, okay, everything that is has to do with the GDP of the yen, okay, or GDP of Japan. It may affect the Japanese yen. So we have to pay attention on August 17th. This is going to be August 17th is going to be next Monday, guys. So next Monday we have to pay attention at this piece of red news. And on August 19th, we have the core inflation of the United Kingdom. This may affect the pound. Okay, we also have on the same day we have the inflation rate of the United Kingdom. And on the same day we have another piece of red news about the euro area, the core inflation rate. Okay, so you see that they all come on the same day. Okay, so the core inflation of the United Kingdom, and later in that afternoon the core inflation rate of the euro area. On the same day, we also have the core inflation rate for Canada. Okay, this may affect the Canadian pairs, the Canadian dollar pairs. Okay, guys, so that was the piece of red news of the calendar, okay, for the next 7 days. So now let's take a look once again at the major pairs. I know that you guys like to see the euro dollar pair, okay? So just to remind you guys that we have a few pieces of red news coming out in the next 7 days about the euro and also about the dollar. Let's take a look at the euro USD. Let's change this to the daily chart. And you see that I made a few mistakes actually. So here I was thinking that he may come back to the dragon. Okay, so I was wrong about that. He made a new high, okay, and keeps going up. Here I made another prediction that it would go once again, would go back to this area. I was wrong, okay. Here I said we'll go up. Yeah, I was correct about this. I was just incorrect about this time. Okay, so this was incorrect. I was eventually right about this, that it would go up to this band of the channel that I drew before. And now it's right here. So let's see if we can spot anything. So this channel was clearly broken, guys. Okay, it was clearly broken. I drew this channel for a few years ago. Actually, it was like 2 years ago that I spotted this channel. Okay, and it was finally broken. So what is going to happen now? We have here. Okay, this is alert. Let me get rid of this. So actually, guys, this is yeah. So let me enter this trade because I promised to you guys that I would show you guys how we have Jose's method that I started to talk to you guys about, which is a method introduced by Mr. Jose from Portugal. So let's take a look at, we just get an alert on the USD JPY, okay, on the 30-minute chart. So let's take a look at that. So here, guys, so far, okay, let me see how it goes. So let me change here to the 30-minute chart, okay, and let me put back the stop ATR, okay, because this stop ATR is what Mr. Jose uses usually. And here we have on the 30-minute chart is a signal to go bearish, okay, so this shows a bearish trend. And okay, on the 30-minute chart, he goes against the overall trend, okay? And we know that on bigger time frames, for example, on the hourly chart, he goes according, if he follows the trend, okay? So he goes according to the trend that is shown by the stop ATR. Okay, so here he would go on a buy, he would open a buy position, okay? And on minor, on like smaller time frames, for example, the 30-minute chart, he would go against the overall trend. So here, if the PZ super trend, which is called stop ATR on TradingView, this is showing a bearish signal, so he would actually buy here, okay? So he would buy, he would open a buy position, okay? So let's open a buy position because this is a good opportunity for me to show to you guys how we are trading, okay? How we are trading these strategies. So let me go to the Forex and open USD JPY, okay? So here I have my USD JPY positions. Let me see, okay? And I have 5,000, okay? This is because we cleared a lot of other positions. So on the 5,000, okay, and I remember that we cleared many positions on these, and we got rid of all the positions except for this one. Okay, so we started with 1,000. Now we are 5,000. So let's put one more, and we are going to be 6,000. Okay, so we go long. So 6,000, here we change to USD JPY, and here we change to 6, okay, and we are going to buy. So 6,000, okay, so here I just open a new position. Here is a long position, USD JPY. I increase the amount to 6,000 US dollars, and we can see it here, okay? So right now I'm losing $29 on the first position and making 22 cents on the second position, okay? This was a good, very good opportunity for me to explain to you guys how we actually place a trade using the method of Mr. Jose. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So far I've been trading using the on the 30-minute chart. I know that he has like several different strategies. I'm using the one that he goes against the overall trend, okay? Shown by the stop ATR. Let's see how it goes in the next following days, okay? Okay, so let's go back to our analysis. Here I have, let's go back to the USD JPY, okay? So once again, I went against the overall trend indicated by the stop ATR. Okay, so now let me get rid of this because for other analysis I don't use the stop ATR. Let's take a look now at the Euro GBP. Okay, Euro GBP pair. Okay, So the Euro GBP pair, we are very far from the dragon, so we assume that at certain time this is going to bounce back to the dragon. Okay, and this is, let me change here to the daily chart to see if we can see anything. Okay, on the daily chart is like this. Okay, so you see a huge area of consolidation that is going on. Okay, and you see the price has failed to break the dragon downwards. So far this serves as a very good support. Okay, so the dragon, it's serving as a very good support for the price on the daily chart. Okay, let's see if this changes. Let's change this to the hourly chart to see if we can spot anything. Okay, so here you see that it started to lose momentum to go even upper. Okay, so but we don't know actually if this is going to come back to the dragon or if it will keep going up. Okay, but what I can tell you is, because of this color of the candle here is in this light blue color, so eventually I think that it has more probability of going down. Okay, and you see that once we broke it, okay, so we broke this and now we have this color, maybe we'll try at least to go back to the 200 EMA. I don't know what is going to do next, but at least we'll try to get back to the 200 EMA, I think. Okay, this is on the hourly chart. Let's see on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, so the 4-hour chart, guys, let me get rid of this. Okay, so we have this, that it broke the dragon. Okay, but we are still on this, like we can see more or less this kind of thing going on here. So okay, we can see this thing more or less going on here, so we don't really know. Okay, it's not that clear to us, but what is clear is that it broke here. Okay, so now there is a possibility that because this is the 4-hour chart, so let's see if on smaller time frames it can actually go back and continue this trend. Okay, this trend, I mean the bearish trend. Okay, so you can see this bearish trend going on like this. Okay, so let's see if here, once it broke, it can at least bounce back. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, okay, it's more likely it can do something like this. Okay, and after that it may go up again, but I don't know. But what I know is that it's more likely, there's a higher chance that it can go back at least to the dragon. Okay, these on the 4-hour chart. So if we change here back to the 1-hour chart, okay, you see that's losing momentum here. So maybe, okay, after losing this momentum, it can actually go back to the dragon all the way. Okay, or at least to the 200 EMA at a certain time, maybe in the future, like this. Okay. Okay, guys, so yeah, that was for the Euro GBP. Okay, let me take a look at the comments. Okay, so most of the comments are still in Portuguese. We don't have English speakers at the moment, but this is the English channel, so I wish we can have comments in English as well, because in the future, I think right now maybe everybody speaks Portuguese, but maybe people who look at this and like a recorded, who watch it recorded in the future, maybe they are English speakers. So let's keep everything in English. Okay, so guys, okay, Vander said like, yeah, thank you, Vander. And let's see, let's take a look at another example. Okay, so Euro GBP, another thing that I follow is the Euro CHF. Okay. So Euro CHF, guys, here for me is on the 1-hour chart. Here is more clear because we have here, okay, so this is bad. I prefer this one than the Euro GBP, because on Euro CHF I think is more clear than the Euro GBP. So Why do I say so? Is because here you can have this channel, okay? And some people would like to consider the shadows of the candles, and some people wouldn't, okay? So some people will draw it here, some people would draw it here. But what I can tell you guys is that I can see this level of consolidation and the resistance going on, and the price has done a new high, a new low, sorry, okay? So it has done new low here, okay? And came back to this level of resistance, and now up to go again on the new, making a new low. Maybe, right? But it's more likely because, and why do I say so? It's because you have accumulation here, okay? So you have an area of accumulation, notable volume, and price has failed to make a new high, okay? And is still going according to this level of resistance here. So after that, with new volume here, okay, notable volume, then price is more likely to continue to go down and make a new low, okay? So I would say that price actually from here would eventually make a new low here. So for me, at least on the hourly chart is more visible. Let's see if we can have another clue on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, so on the 4-hour chart, guys, is more likely actually is going to try to go to the 200 EMA here, okay? And on the daily chart, let's see. Yeah, on the daily chart, guys, on the daily chart, guys, is not that clear because you see, guys, that he's already on the dragon, okay? So it's not that clear. On the daily chart, I actually would say that because we had this green candle and now came back, if there is nothing here on the volume, that if there is no new notable volumes going on the volume bar, I would actually say that because we already made a new high here, okay? And we haven't reached this point, okay? But then we broke, okay, the previous one with this one here, and now came back, and then possibly we would like to continue to try to reach a new high, okay? Because I would say that this is this move, okay, and then came back to the dragon, okay, to the bottom of the dragon here, and then try to make a new high. Okay, so far I would say that would be zigzag, another zig here. Unless, of course, unless I have another clue by the market makers that will show on the volume bar that something else, they're planning something else to do. Okay, but so far I don't know. Okay, so that's why I would change back to 4-hour chart and see if it can come back here to then go up again, okay? So at least maybe we can come back here and then boom, go up, okay? And the same thing applies to the hourly chart, like go back, okay? So make a new low, or at least come back to this level and then try to make a new high according to the daily chart. Okay, so I would say, and whenever something like that happens, okay, whenever something like that happens, you have the 1-hour chart, 1-hour chart saying that, okay, it may go down. And the 4-hour chart also saying, okay, it may go down. But the daily chart saying go up, then I wouldn't take this one, because then like something showing like on minor time frames showing me something, and then on the daily chart showing something else. Okay, I wouldn't take unless, of course, unless I had a very clear image of what the intention of the market makers are, or what the intentions are, and then I would take it. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Okay, so I need several different, like multiple different confirmations to show me one intention. If I don't have that, I wouldn't take the trade. Okay, guys. So what else? Let's take a look at the USD CAD. Okay, shall we? So going back here, let's take a look at the USD CAD. Okay, so the USD CAD, guys. On the daily chart, this is what is going on. USD CAD. So already broke here a few days ago. As I said, we had the zigzag pattern going on. So we broke it here, and then we went here to test the dragon. After testing the dragon, a new low. Okay. So this was kind of clear to us, and actually took the trade. We took this trade a few weeks ago, and we came and we exited with a profit. Okay, we reached the TP1 and also the TP2 on the USD CAD. Remember, so we took a sell position, and this was a few weeks ago, and we reached the TP1. Okay, and then eventually we also reached the TP2, which was set to 2 ATR, so 2 times the ATR. Okay, so after that, what is going on? Okay, so here I don't see much going on. Okay, don't see very clear opportunity because we already reached both the 1 ATR and also the 2 ATR. So this is something that I wouldn't talk much about it. We see some consolidation going on at this area, okay? So unless I have a very clear volume going on here to show me that actually this is going up, I wouldn't take this trade, okay? So this was about the USD CAD. Okay, guys, so I think that's all for today. Give you guys, we've been talking to you guys for like half an hour, so that was the main updates for today. And let's see if I see you guys in my next video. Okay, so let's do this live again. Yeah, so NC 700. Okay, good morning. Yeah, so good morning. Thank you guys. I have how many people now? I have like 8 likes, not many people at the moment. So I'll see you guys in my next live, and stay green. Goodbye. Thank you.